Katana Solutions, an Emerald Global Leader, and I happen to be the trainer for the day. But what Hassan was simply passing on was just our presentations will be starting at midday. And of course, for general hygiene, let's just try to be a bit more mature, and we use our facilities very well, right? Then also another thing we want to talk about today is just for the purposes of us understanding our business. I want us to understand that the value of the energy in a presentation hall is key. Tell neighbor key. Tell neighbor key. If you want to make a lot of money, how many of you want to make a lot of money? Don't mind your neighbor. We are now no prospects here. We are now guests. We are now what? Members, rather. How many of you want to make a lot of money? By a show of hand. You know it has even delayed. By a show of hands. Perfect. May God bless those hands. Friends, one of the things we need to maintain is the energy in the presentation hall. You know, someone says left, right, and you see you're battling the words. They say left and right, you find a distributor. 165 is like on his phone. The words are failing to come out of your what? Mouth. Friends, if you want to make a lot of money, it requires the person who's presenting to also give you his best. You know when you say 165 and he says left and right and you shock him, it will be like electricity. Am I speaking to the presenters? Like someone will tell you, what's the next product? You mention what? What's the next product? What's the next product? That's how you're pronouncing it in a presentation, with that same energy. That's why we're failing sales products. What's the next product? You see where I'm coming from? Even a presenter, if he's not presenting to his best, somehow you'll get electricity from you people, and then it will be a message that he needs to do more, right? If you pronounce it and then he says maybe the next product is what? No, that one is not in our company. Next product is what? Imagine you ask how many of you want to lose weight. Then all of you, even when you're small, you put up your hand. You're like Azida's size. You put up your hand. And then imagine the guest sees someone at her size put up her hand with all that energy. Even them with their stomach, they will be like, you understand? So that is the energy we're missing in our presentation. I'm sorry to say, because maybe you see our brass business builder, maybe Madame Hilda every day, you think she's a normal person. Maybe you see our bronze Madame Ruth every day, you think she's a normal person. You see Madame Florence, you think she's a normal person. You see Papa Muhire, you think he's a normal person. Friends, these are not normal people. You see our newest, tell your neighbor, newest. Tell your neighbor, newest. Our newest brass in the house. None other than Mr. Stand up and they see Mr. Alex. Stand up. Imagine, this is the youngest brass we have in the house today, friends. And in fact, he was, in the whole history of Okata Wonder Solutions, this is the youngest brass achiever we have in the house. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's clap for him. Let's clap. Mr. Alex, take your seat. And then you see Mr. Upsen and you think it's normal. Friends, it's not a normal thing. And I blame the rank achievers. I also blame you. I blame who? You. You rank achievers, when you come and you don't have this pin, we'll stop calling you. If you don't have that pin, why did the company invest in that pin? Why did they invest in it? 3 in 30, you think it's normal? How many of you are 3 in 30 members here and you were given a pin? 3 in 30. Don't even put up your hand for doubts, for you don't have the pin. I don't want to see you. 3 in 30. You have to be friends. This is where our business gets. Let me tell you something. This pin is it's like something someone is fighting for. I remember when I think it was Hajaro got this pin the first time. I looked at it. Where she kept it in the house, I told her you need to give it space. You understand? You need to give it space. Why? Because, let me tell you, these pins, someone is dying for a pin like yours, and you're taking it for granted. Someone is dying to have that pin on their coat. You're not wearing it. Even if you're a premium holder, how do we know that this one is a premium? How do we know you're a premium holder? How do you know you're in 3 in 30? You call you 1000 BV, and you're like the normal people. You come here swinging your legs 1000 BV, you walk even very fast, and then we don't see you with a pin. You look like you're an odd man out. Has that one sunk in? Yes. Now, today's topic is building your business with integrity. Can you say integrity? Integrity. The T in Okata is for what? That is the business we want to talk about today. And it goes ahead and says, growing with honesty, trust, and long-term success is where your money is. Friends, integrity is one of the hardest things. Even me, I'm not a saint. I'm not an angel. I'm not a what? An angel. Sometimes I make mistakes. That's why I'm not the right trainer, but I'm going to try, right? Today's training with integrity. Hassan, what's wrong with this clicker? Even in the presentation, where is Hassan? Even in the presentation, it embarrasses us. Where is Hassan? I'm clicking next, it's not clicking. I think we need to do a better job, right? Don't click for me. Find Hassan. Yeah, you find him. Don't click for me. Now, integrity is the foundation of lasting business. Thank you so much, Mr. First of all, have you seen Mr. Patel? Oh, wow. Does he look smart? Does he look like money? Should I give him money? He's the trainer? Now, integrity is one of the most important things in your business. It's the last thing, it's where the business is built from. You see, it says trust is grown over time. Many times we get to invite a lot of strangers. Many of you are inviting strangers. But let me tell you, it's going to be tough for you to build this one, integrity, if you're not on a straight path. When you do choose to invite that person and that person doesn't know you, that person is going to take a long time trying to build that trust. And let me tell you, he's going to use your reputation. Your greatest strength is your reputation. Network marketing, I remember when we had just started Okata, funny enough, we were following up one leader. He was one good leader of ours. We were 3 people following him up. I won't mention the names. Now, the first person who followed him up for the business gave him courage to do the business with him. He was not a bad leader, but he gave him courage, but he lacked one thing, which was confidence. That's why that person didn't pick him. Then the second person who prospected him was very good. Very what? Good. But the problem, his one weakness was you can't even trust him with 1,000. You find it as 500 shilling coins. You give him a 1,000 note, he brings it back. Okay, fine, he brings it back as 1,000. But it's not the note. It's now the 500 what? Shillings. And then you ask, how did it become 500 what? Shillings. Friends, integrity is I give you the 1,000 note. And then you give me the same 1,000 note. Whether it was cut, whether it was new, whether it was what, you give it back to me the same way I gave it back to what? To you. Many of you are going to fail to grow a big business in network marketing because you cannot create that kind of loyalty. It's not only with your customers. I know it's saying earn loyalty from your customers and teammates, but it's mainly also from your team. It's from your team because for the customers, I know how we treat our customers when they come. You handle them like the newborn. Have you ever seen a person handle a newborn baby? You put them here, you don't want them to sit, you even carry them everywhere you walk, you carry them like this. But then when it's your downline, they become somehow like they are COVID. You look at them and then they're like, You think that you even want to run away from them. There's an upline who I know, whenever he's downline, sit next to him for 30 minutes, he feels uncomfortable. Do you know why? They're going to begin asking him questions. Upline, they talked about this product inside their package. God, for me, I didn't receive it. Then you see him getting the phone and he's running away. Hello, 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 he's pretending. Huh? We'll expose you. I'm telling you, we'll expose your uplines who are doing those bad habits. Learn to explore and build your team based on honest values. I read a quote somewhere today morning when I was packaging this training. I read a quote that said, first success. First what? Success. Sometimes is not the best success. Do you remember, it's somewhere in the Bible, I think. I'm not a Bible reader, but Jennifer will correct me. There's that story of the house that was built on sand and the house that was built on stones, or I don't know if it's stones or bricks. Rock, right? Rock. Now imagine the person who builds his house on sand. He will finish in seconds, right? because there's no much effort, there's nothing. But then there's the one who builds his house on rocks. He may take long, but his foundation is what? Firm. So you'll find that that integrity is like that person who's building his business with rocks. Yes, it's tough, but doing the right thing will take you places. I want you to imagine that if I give you money to buy a package, and I give you deluxe money, and in my system I read a starter, I want you to hide very far from me. Very far, because it's me and you. If they lock us in that room where they change clothes, we can finish each other. Because how do I give you 1.650? And in 1.650, you chose to put 550. What happened to the other 900K? Eh? What happened? What excuse are you going to give me? What story are you going to package? Friends, going to the counter and buying the product. Because you may want it 1 million now, but then you block the many millions later. Because you never know who's your next platinum. Look left and right, look left and right, look left and right, look left and right. Are you seeing the person on your left and your person on the right? Tell that person you're the next platinum. Tell your person you're the next platinum. Even if you're sitting next to Emerald, tell him you're qualified platinum. If you're sitting next to a platinum already, tell him you're qualified platinum. So, friends, one of the things you have to learn is to do the right thing even when no one is watching. Right? It's a tough topic. I know this one. There were many people who they wanted to give this training to here. And you can stand here. Let me tell you the beauty about being honest and having integrity. You can stand on the stage and you can talk about it. And no one is like, that guy, I gave him 5K that day. Didn't return it back. He's talking about honesty and integrity. I demand him. Let me find him after training. We meet each other and remember each other about honesty and integrity. Hassan, you click for me there. We'll proceed to the next slide. I want to show you something. Now, honesty and integrity. Hey, Patel, you're the one there. Click. Why does it matter in the first place? Click all and finish. Click all and finish. Now, integrity builds credibility with your clients and partners. How many of you want to work with an upline who steals money? My hand is down. How many of you have worked with an upline who has stolen your money? Just stand like this. Don't even let the camera not see you. I don't put up your hand. That man who, you man, we're live. How many of you have worked with an upline who has done something with your money? Just turn your head like this. I will not even investigate. Turn your head like this, just like this. Hey, okay. Wow, Okata is doing well. I've seen no head turn really. Okata is doing well, right? Perfect. Wow. That's beautiful. Creates trust, and the key currency in network marketing is trust. Tell me about trust. Tell me about trust. Do you know the one hardest thing to build in network marketing? It is trust. To know that your downline is going to know that your X is X. It's not Y over X. It's what? X. And to know that your team will follow you as the example. Have you ever seen that story I told people here last time when we were training? I told about monkey see, monkey do. You remember that? Let me tell you, if you feel you can eat people's money, wait for your champion. You have eaten, I gave you 1.6 and put me as a starter. You have eaten my balance, right? Your champion, do you know what he'll do? He'll say, upline has eaten 1 million. Let me show him how I can eat 5. He goes ahead and he gives a premium, a starter. Friends, where do you begin when you have a downline who has eaten a balance of a premium? Where? This one, for the people live, I hope you're not doing these things. Maybe you're hiding live. They trained, they posted integrity in the group for you, chose not to come for the training. Hey. Integrity protects your brand from negative publicity. Some of you remember our previous home. I won't mention. But remember the previous home. There were bad vices people did that spoiled that brand, right? And when you spoil the brand, it's so hard. Even if you put, it's like a sheep in wolf's skin. You understand? Like the wolf is hiding in sheep's what? Skin. You're trying so hard to not make the long nose and the sharp teeth appear. You're trying so hard to feed it grass when you know it instead wants to eat its fellow brothers who are sheep. That's how you're doing it. Because you are trying to cover the bad, negative publicity. Network marketing won't grow for long. Network marketing in your business, you won't grow long term if you have a problem with integrity. Friends, let's proceed and see. Signs of integrity in business. Number one, being honest about your products and services. How many of you have noticed the disclaimer at the back? Who has a product here? Who has a product? Who has a bottle here? Someone wants to get something good from you. Who has a product here? Mr. Alex. Hey, Florence, come on. I usually have sweets for my kids. You catch one. I usually have sweets for, small sweets for my kids whenever I find them. Mr. Alex, but your sugar level was really... okay. Let me give you. Madam Florence, do I have banana sweets here? Sure. This one, if I don't have a sweet, you may kill me. No. You're alive. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. We cannot embarrass you. Now, for the others, because of time and because of technical issues, we have decided to move forward. Now, look at that product at the back. The disclaimer. There's a disclaimer, right? Now, this disclaimer says that these products are not meant to do what? To cure. These products are not meant to do what? Cure. Now, you go ahead and say on your social media posts that, have you been struggling with pressure? Have you been doing this with this? We have products that are going to cure all your pressure. We have products that, have you been having AIDS? We're going to chase it away. And then people come, they run finding the solution, someone uses it, and then you start explaining. There's a champion upstairs who recently, the guest wanted to slap him. He sold him a product and he told him it was going to do X, Y, Z. It didn't. The guy came demanding back for the money. He came demanding back for the what? The money. And he showed him the video. He showed him the what? Video. That is the worst thing you can ever do to yourself. When you start having now overhyping, we call it hyping, something, you start now losing the integrity in the business. Stop hyping. Just say what the product does. No? Now, moving on, you keep your promises and commitments, you respect your customers' time and choices, and you give them credit where it's due. This one, customers' time and choices. Tell your neighbor, choices. Some of you want to give a person who has come for Trimton, you want to squeeze them for liver care. You want to strangle them and tell them to take liver care. If the person has insisted, you have taken him to an expert, for example. Maybe you have taken him to our country manager. He has explained the reasons why this, that. But then he says, his money that he came planned with is enough for what? Trimton. Please, do not make him start to now make phone calls and he even gets irritated. Have you ever been in a pharmacy and then you see the pharmacist telling you this, then he forces you and he starts closing you? Have you ever seen pharmacists close? They don't. They tell you, okay, they even give you cheaper options based on what your money can afford. So that's why it's important to always respect the customer's choices, but that now the edit here is say after giving them advice, right? At least you tell them what they need. Then if they need and they can afford, they'll buy. If they can't afford, maybe they'll consider when they get money and then they call you back for it again, right? But don't squeeze people. We're not in a business of squeezing. Many of you have become squeezers. I'm sorry to call you squeezer, but it's what's happening. Now, be transparent in communication. This one, tell your neighbor transparency. Tell your neighbor transparency. Have you ever been there next to a leader in your business and then you look at the leader and you know that he's not telling the truth even when he's telling the truth? Do you have those people? They're there. And why? Because you've lacked transparency from the word go. Someone has to doubt every single word you're saying. Someone has to question every small step you take. Someone gives you money and they're so sure you've done the wrong thing. Even when you've done the right thing, they have to first investigate. Why? Because of your lack of transparency. Someone orders, you don't give them an order receipt. Maybe because you put the points in your name. Someone orders, you don't even give them the product. And then you ask yourself, why are people quitting? Because of the lack of transparency. Friends, if you want to do network marketing for long and make a lot of money, you need to start practicing how to be a better communicator, but learn 3 things. I'm going to tell you for free. Transparency, communication, and clarity. So that when someone ever comes to you, at least you tell them, I remember telling you this. Now, we proceed and see. How can you avoid these shortcuts and honesty? Never exaggerate product benefits. We have already talked about that. Never avoid income misclaims. Avoid income misclaims. Now, this is where we are becoming liars. We are becoming what? I want to tell you one thing. Money shows. Do we all agree? Money will show on you, and money will show to your prospect. It will depend on your mindset and how you package your words. Yes, there are people making $1 million a week. Yes, there's someone who has made $1 million a day in network marketing. But let us make it known that I made this bonus when I did this, right? You're not stating that I just magically did nothing and the money came. I was seated there, yet you know how many phone calls you hit. You are like, maybe on the phone you even started sweating. And then you made that money. And now you want to tell the guests they're not going to do anything, money is going to come. They're not going to invite 2 people, I won't call them for you. Do I need 2 people to succeed? You're going to say, no, we work as a team. Okay, you work as a team, let me pay. My 2 people. The person even comes and asks you, my 2 people. Then you start saying, no, you have to do activities, you have to call. Katina, why didn't you tell them in the beginning? You don't have to be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell someone what they have to do. Someone, by the way, will appreciate that they have to work if they are told from the beginning they have to do what? Work. Don't pressure and manipulate this. Hey, there's a team doing this one here. This one. You find the prospects are like in a small prison. That circle has now become a prison. A person cannot escape unless they leave something. Even they'll leave an ID, but they leave something. There's a circle that's become a small jail. Someone has to leave shoes, they have to leave personal belongings. Like, who does that even? Friends, one of the things you have to just show is value. Tell your neighbor value. The moment you show value, you stop overly convincing. But the more you convince, it means you have not showed value to the business. And that's why you bring about this part here. Be clear about the business risks and expectations. Now, they have said it in a training to be clear about the business risks and expectations. Someone wants to buy a Range Rover in the first month, and he says, if I invest here 5 million, can I get a Range Rover next month? Then for you, say, show me, I show you also. You put, the person brings the 5 million, you count it, you start sweating. Have you ever counted 5 million when you're sweating? That's what will happen to you. You start getting sweat, you count, you shake, and then you even don't know how. You pay that bonus. You pay that bonus. But the headache that comes with that bonus, you'll vomit it. I'm telling you. Shortcuts may be quick wins, but they destroy trust. Are you seeing? Shortcuts may be quick what? Wins. Have you ever seen those superstars who appear in the 3 in 30, 1 month, they have 20 people, and you're like, ah! Then the next 3-4 months, you never see them again. Have you ever seen those people? Yeah, they're there. And for you, have not seen them, you have seen them. And that's why you see, it's always important to understand that you have to build trust, not only with your clients, but with your team. I love this one so much because, in fact, when you build trust with your team, your clients get it immediately. The first people you're supposed to build trust with is your team. Tell your neighbor team. Tell your neighbor team. When you choose to be the example, you're now teaching your team what the client is going to receive. I promise you, it's very rare that I've had okay, I know all of us are part of my team, but then listen, it's very rare that you're going to hear an integrity issue in the people I'm working with closely. It's very rare. Why? Because even me, I be too transparent with them to the point that they have to be too transparent with their downline. So that by the time someone comes and they hear Aziz ate a code, they'll even say, God forbid. I've ever been there when, remember that issue when the rat had entered in Javas's milkshake? Yeah. The person who made that mistake, he suffered, or she suffered. Javas was being protected by the users. Even me, I remember typing on another account of someone who, because I wanted to be professional. I couldn't complain and abuse. But as a loyal customer, I felt like it's impossible. Last time a fly entered my tea and they replaced the whole tea, and now you are saying a rat, tell me by rat. A rat enters the milkshake and then Javas doesn't do anything. That person was a liar. You should have chose at least, they call it which one? Dream. You should have chose Dream. There you throw a cockroach, they can say, you just remove that part. The people who eat from Dream don't say I've attacked you. Now, friends, it's important to understand that the way you treat your team with fairness and respect. By the way, there's no one here who's an employee. Is there anyone who's an employee here? No. So, meaning your upline is not your boss. True or false? True. So, what gives you courage to work with me? Because I respect her, even if she's a rank achiever who's not. Do you know why? She's a human being. There's no... Let me tell you, by the way, for these rank achievers who walk like you're on glass shoes, these people are human beings. Someone who sits, let's say, in an area, and then you sit next to them, greet them, treat them with the same respect they would treat you with. Remember, people are treating you with respect and looking at you up there. But then you want to look at someone like they're down where? It's not right. It's not right. Friends, everyone deserves to be treated with respect. Whether they are what or what, at the end of the day, they are human beings. And one of the things I also practice so much is communicating openly. I told you transparency and honesty is going to save you from a lot of mistakes in your business. Recognize the hard work and the good things people are doing in your team. How many of you upline has recognized you? Even if it's you who was suit that day like Patel, you were too sharp that day. Let me see. Your upline has ever recognized you. Put up your hand. We're not guests here, you people. How many people have your upline has recognized you for something, whatever it is? He has recognized you or she has recognized you. Put up your hand. Now for the people, okay, let me ask the other question, the negative question. How many of you, your upline has never recognized you? Put up your hand. I want to see. Put up your hand. Some of you fear your upline. How many of you, your upline has never recognized you? Hey, I was going to say, who is your upline? I was going to get the upline and we throw him where? There. Hey, my God. How can you not recognize people for doing something nice? Friends, I love so much to recognize people, even if it's just saying thank you, even if it's saying you've done an amazing job. Do you know why? Because when you do that, you create a good work environment. You create a spirit of morale. But most importantly, you create a feeling for someone to continue doing that good thing they have been doing. But most importantly, you create a culture of transparency. I want us to create that culture of transparency. Sorry, someone was taking a picture. I want us to create that picture of transparency. If you show the person, what hurts you when you show the person, this is the merchant code, this is where someone pays. You go to IMI, you pick the products, Alan gives you a receipt, then you go, you get your Kavera, you take a picture, you give them the password and username, they access, you show them everything. What hurts you by doing that? Nothing. Someone has said nothing. But then for you, you become a mini Okata. You have become a mini Okata in a big Okata. You're the one with the receipt book. You're the one with the Kaveras. You're the one, you even wonder where you even get those products from. You're the one with products. You're the one even who starts to tell people that you decide when to put them in the system and not. They even call you CEO. They've added to call you CEO. Let me hear a CEO around here. By the one, I'm laughing about these things because we're live. I'm laughing, but if we're not live, I would have been beating. But well, I'm not a beater, you know. But I want to start sitting in these circles, and I listen to what people say. You wait and you just see me in a closing circle. You hear a person start talking softly. The one who was shouting, you'll hear him start talking softly, start drinking a lot of water. Then he says, upline, what are you looking for? I look for someone. Then he says, you first go back. We're doing a small activity here. I won't start sitting in your circles. I see you. I won't start sitting in the what? Circles. I think that's the next point, right? Should I begin that? Yes. There are a lot of heart warriors. Should I begin that? There are a lot of fallen heroes there. There's yeses. Anyway, integrity in selling and recruiting. Focus on helping, not exploiting. You very well know someone has no money for a premium. You have told them to go get a loan, and then you know that you even promised them they are going to pay it in 4 months. 4 months, you're going to make the money. Go get the loan. You put the car, you make the person put his house. 4 months comes, and then you say, you see, you're not working. That's why they've taken your house. How? Like, how do you explain to me? You have, anyway. Focus on selling products. Don't, like, sell based on needs, by the way, not on greed. Sell based on needs, not on greed. What do they mean here? Like, you don't have to overly, like, you come to someone, you maybe know they have a health challenge. You tell them you need liver care, you need respiratory, you need muscle bone, then you say, I think in conclusion you need a premium. Let's come. The person came, he just wanted to lose weight. But you have somehow convinced him hair, skin, and nails will help him. You have somehow convinced him, by God's grace, super focus will do wonders. Like, you have failed to get the person on their needs. Now you want to move points, or maybe you want to make a sponsorship commission. Imagine you have told the person who has come to lose weight, you have told him hair and skin and nails will work for him. Alongside, you even add androti, alongside androti. And because you have the other thing you put here on your neck as a doctor, you understand? You'll even add to say, you call Jonathan and you tell him to bring the other magical thing, and then we make things happen. People, disclose the full truth about the opportunity. Disclose the full truth. How many of you know all the ways of earning? Like your plan showed you. Someone is laughing. The airplane stopped on way number 3. He said the other ones, you don't know. You don't need to know those ones. Those ones are technical. He even added the word technical. They are automatic. He even called Patel. It seems you have oversaid this thing. Someone should investigate Patel. He has said they are automatic. You have heard from the neighbor. Hey, my goodness. Friends, there's no automatic way of earning, actually. There's no. Now, friends, respect your prospect's decision, even if it's a no. How many of you have ever seen your upline put someone in that corner, this corner, and maybe even this one and other rooms, and he's closing a deal? Because the prospect said no, he has to take him into a special room. Because the prospect said no, he has to take him to the country manager. Because the prospect said no, you come and knock, is the CEO available? You even knock on the door. Because you want the prospect to turn the no to the yes. We are not magicians, friends. We are just business builders, just like you. The honest thing is, our opportunity to have some people who buy into it, and our opportunity to have some people who even confidently choose not to buy into it. And that is business. That is what? Business. You should never expect that everyone who you present to is going to say yes. I know it's in our self-talk, but that's a self-talk. But that's not the reality. Now, long-term relationships are more valuable than quick sales. How many of you have clients who have bought from you more than once? Like you have a client, he has bought from you more than once. How does that person feel to you? Florence, how do you feel about that person? Very good. Wow. Privilege. Patel, how do you feel? he can trust you. Wow, I saw another hand. Evelyn, how do you feel? She feels excited. Now imagine someone has come back to buy from you. Do you know what that does? It gives you confidence in what you're selling. Do you know what it also does again? It gives you now that confidence to talk about what you're sharing with courage, knowing it worked for someone else. But equally, that person becomes a friend. I heard from yesterday, Stephen, when I was seated next to Stephen Mulindwa, his client told him, Stephen, I'm doing badly off. I'm doing badly off. Today, I know I've been buying from you products at 250 for this product, the other product, the other product. But today, bro, I only have 220. Do you know why he said yes to that? Do you know why? He told him about how his kid has to go to school. They are demanding the balance of the school fees. They're about seat paper. He's actually there. Clap for Mr. Stephen. Clap for him there. Clap for him. Clap for him. The guy gave his friend a discount. It's not because he wanted not to make good profit. No. He wanted to keep his client, to not go and choose another person. Do you know why? Because of the relationship they have. Sometimes you're going to have to make that, to eat less profit. Some days you're not even going to make a profit at all. Do you know why? Because you're trying to retain a client. But because you're so fixated on making that quick sale, that big profit, then they show you, they even record you, country manager says, tell us. What are you going to tell us when you lose the client? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Friends, the biggest thing that we're doing wrong is we're not building relationships with our clients. And now people start to get the memo that now we are squeezing them for our own success. People start to run away from us. People start to fear. They say, if you pass on that road next to Budo house, you leave your car key. You leave something behind. That's how they'll frame us, which is wrong. Now, that brings me to understanding how to handle these mistakes. Now, admit when you're wrong and respect people when you've made a mistake. It's always important. By the way, it's always important. Yesterday I was arguing with someone, and then he showed me the right thing. And then, you know what? I tapped him on his back and he said, thank you. This guy was not a handkerchief or nothing. He corrected me when I was arguing about something, and he corrected me, and I told him, thank you for correcting me. Learn to admit when you have made a mistake. It's very important. I remember there was a client of someone who had come to country manager. Then the guy gave him a product that raised his, is it heart palpitation? That gave him heart palpitations. He felt irritated, and then he told him, and then the client came, and you know what condensed the client's anger and emotions? The guy said, I'm very sorry. I actually didn't know. And you know what? I think the next prescription, it's better to get it from our own country manager. They took it to the country manager apologized, gave him even a free circuit of a product, and then the guy felt like, you know what? I can forgive you guys, let me forgive you. The person who came boiling left when he was happy, simply because of doing what? Admitting. Saying sorry doesn't cost you anything. Some of you are too proud to say sorry. They have caught you in a mistake, and then you want to show us you're correct. You want to push this pillar, and you put it here. That's how you want to be. Take responsibility for your errors. Don't start turning a lie into the truth. You're not Jesus. You don't turn water into wine. How? Start taking responsibility. Learn that every failure and complaint is not a reason for you to lose hope. No. Sometimes it's feedback. Tell your neighbor feedback. Feedback. Tell your neighbor feedback. Feedback. Feedback is allowed in business. If someone tells you something didn't work for me, don't again tell the guy the problem is you who used it. At least your DNA. I had someone telling someone his DNA. How do you see someone's DNA? Like, how? How did you even use your eyes to read DNA? Use the challenges to grow and improve. Whenever you learn that you've made a mistake, it's okay to make an error and say that I'm not going to make this error again. Let me learn. That's why the training, tell your neighbor, training is very important. I blame the way we like selling products. And when I sit in and choose the training and see the whole almost half empty, I ask myself whether you people want to make money in sales. You're not valuing the information. And yet everyone has a selfie stick these days to record what? Content. How are you going to record content and tell people the right things when you're not listening for people who are selling? Right? Now, integrity is proven most when things go wrong. Let me give you a story here. There's a code that I put by mistake when we had just started. We had just started. I put this code badly. We were learning how to encode, and then I made an error. The person, you see that part where they put company? You see that part where they put company? Do you know what me I put? Okata Wellness Solutions. I even added limited. Let me tell you, I put on that part where you're registering, that part you're supposed to put two names. I put company and I put Okata Wellness Solutions Limited. The person logs in and is saying, why am I logging in and reading Okata Wellness Solutions Limited? And then my friend who logged in also next to me read his name. I started sweating. I started what? Sweating. The downline said, you're the first one in the system, how can you not know how to read? He started complaining. He wanted to slap me. That day, things had gone wrong. I called the guest. I was ready to pay back that money. By that time, it was a different figure. I was ready to pay it back. I was ready. Like, I had accepted my mistake. I had accepted it, but guess what? Tell neighbor, guess what? Guess what? We're in the best company ever. The systems admin saved me. I filed a complaint form. The systems admin showed me, and that's when I learned. Simply, I told the person who I made a mistake, I told them the truth. I told them that, you know what, Dennis, I've made this mistake. I don't want you to say, I didn't say it, and tell you, I've put your name. Well, I say company, I put another name, but I'm sorry, and I'm ready to pay back if need be, and we fix this error, but I want us to see if there's something that can be done. Let's go to the systems admin. I've not stolen your money. I've actually just made an error in registration. Let's go to the systems admin. This amazing lady called Lucy managed to sit me down, showed me where I went wrong, clicked, fixed the thing. They told us fill in a form. I was relieved. I felt like a liter of, I had like a bag of cement on my back. I felt like now I could stand straight. Why? Because I accepted that I made a mistake. The other person even started tapping me on the back. Mistakes happen. Have you ever seen next to you, that leader, I know he may be watching. He knows I made that error. He even told me mistakes, what? Happened. Because I told him the truth. He didn't reach, and then I started saying that it was someone else who registered that code. Yet you're the alpha and the omega of the team. You're the one who the codes pass. A code can't pass your nose like this. It has to know, you have to know it. Friends, the long-term benefits. The long-term benefits. Integrity will build your brand. How many of you want to have a brand where someone says that you're working with Azida, I trust that person. That person is going to help you. How many of you want to be like that in network marketing? Let me tell you something. Network marketing, if you do one wrong thing, you can become the talk of the center the whole day. Trust me, I know. You do one wrong what? Thing. You can become the talk of the center. So when you want to lose your brand, do the wrong things. Someone will know that it's that guy's team where they squeeze guys like they are squeezing people for the. Someone will know that you don't extend next to that circle. There's something they are doing. Increase and repeat customer retention. It will also attract quality partners and leaders. The story I was telling you, the conclusion, the person he chose when we were three people prospecting this guy, he chose me not because I was better than the other two leaders. No, I was actually not the best among the two. But why he chose me is in our previous company, there was a package he had left with me. Imagine We went to different companies. Went to different what? Companies. I was so willing, because he was in another country and he joined me at a time where COVID had just started. I was so willing to let those products expire, of which they expired before he got his products. But finally, when he came and I showed him the package from that old company, I still gave him that package. Him himself, he had already forgotten it. That thing alone, that small gesture, made him join me over the two leaders who are even earning more money than me in this company. But simply because he knew that he could trust me even if he had no reason to not. Like, my yes was yes. It was never yes plus one. You understand? Or yes divided by this. No, it was always that, because it brings you peace of mind. Tell your neighbor peace of mind. Peace of mind. Tell your neighbor peace of mind. Peace of mind. Have you ever realized that people who have integrity issues never rest? Their phone is always ringing. There's always a new problem you're solving. Have you ever experienced that? Your phone is ringing not for the right reasons, it's ringing for the wrong. That's because you have no peace of mind. There are times when you start thinking, how am I going to solve this problem? Every day, there's a new problem that comes on your desk. It's like you come to office to solve problems. Actually, you're the guys who we should put in our parliament, because now you've learned how to solve problems. Integrity turns your business into a legacy. I'm so sorry when I'm getting emotional about talking about this, but because I don't want someone to ever lose their money. I know how it feels when someone gives another person their sweat. I feel like it's sweat. You know where I'm coming from? I feel like it's saved. Maybe someone hid that money under a jug. Maybe they hid it under a bed, put it in a pillow. Maybe they don't even own a bank account. They are hiding it in socks. There's a guy who signed up yesterday. He pulled the money from the socks. I saw the guy. You steal that person and you see what will happen. He will put you in the same sock where he pulled the money from. He can put you back there. I'm telling you, you're laughing about it. Okay, you laugh. But you're laughing about it. But it's very serious. Someone can get you and just strangle you and forget you're an Emerald Global. He comes and strangles you. Imagine someone can strangle you. I'm telling you. And there are these guys who you steal, and then you look at the guy who he has come with. The guy is taller than you. You have to do like this. The guy is bigger than you. You even can't. He greets you. You say, "How are you?" He has, firm handshake, and he breaks your bones. And then you are stealing from such a person. My goodness. I pray for you. Now, friends, in conclusion, in what? Conclusion. We are saying integrity is not value, it's a lifestyle. Many of you think that integrity, we're doing it because we're in office. Apana. I was there seated with my kid yesterday. I saw him lick the ice cream I bought for my girl. I told him, come here. I hit his head and I told him, tell her what you did. And then he said that I did nothing. I told him, why is the ice cream reduced? You kneel down and say sorry. And guess what? The sister gave him ice cream again. And I asked him, now why were you stealing? Where were you stealing ice cream? And I hit his head again. And I told him, next time don't become what? A thief. I didn't teach you to become a thief. I hit his head again. And I told him, say sorry again. For some reason, I didn't want to beat him so much. But it's that thing he thought, because she was bathing, he could come and then put his mouth, lick, and then go away. I told him, come here. And I saw him. I was on my phone, but I saw him. Imagine I was going to do a Zoom, but I had to first beat him before the Zoom. I was like, this guy. It's not just about a business, not about business, friends. It's also about what? Life. Doing the right thing at the right time, in the right place, the right way. It's generally something that you'll adopt and it will make your life easier. Some people meet me and I always tell them this one statement, especially leaders. I tell them, you rather hate me for me telling you what is right than me loving you for what is wrong. I'd rather have you hate me. Like you go in the corner of your bed. I know when you're sleeping, you close your eyes, you dream and remember this said something and it has hurt me, and then you feel like, but you will still be dying with your anger, but you think about it. You think about it. Even if you have covered yourself with which kind of mattress or which kind of blanket, even if you have a duvet, you think about it. But you expect me to like you because you have eaten her money? And then you expect me to keep quiet, and then, you be like those. Have you ever been with those women who sit next to their husband? They know that they robbed, they even ate the money they robbed. They even cross line, and then they cross leg themselves, and then they be like, they pretend that they are holy. Yet even them, they went to the shopping mall and said, you give me the other nice bag, and which one? Yet she knew the husband stole the money. And she has to go in court, and then they ask her, did your husband steal the money? You say, no, he was actually looking for lifestyle. Tell me about lifestyle. Then we proceed. Even honest acts builds a future of reputation, but we go ahead and we see doing the right thing even when no one is watching. If I left $1 million here, because this is Africa, if I left $1 million here, chances are high I won't find it. In fact, 99.9% tells me I won't find it. But I saw something on TikTok where they showed a place, was it Dubai, where the guy left his phone for 4 hours, 6, 7, and he came back to the same spot and he found the phone there. Uganda, you just do like this. Just do like this and you see. You try. Anyway, for the people live, Uganda is not like that. It's a very beautiful country. We actually welcome you. True success in network marketing is built on trust. Tell neighbor trust. Tell neighbor trust. The biggest thing you're going to benefit from network marketing, the biggest thing you're going to benefit from network marketing is being a person who is easily trustworthy. That thing is going to keep your downlines working with you for long. That thing is going to protect you when you're even in a bad time. Guy, you also know, you're also in the corner and you picked that 100K, but you see your downline confidently saying, Upline Dennis can't take that money, he cannot, no. But even you, Dennis, down there, you'll be like, I picked that 100K. I was dying that day. I was on life support, I picked that 100K. But I'm going to put it back. And then he puts it back. But I'm not saying you pick it again. Dennis might be thinking, our plan is giving me a green light, let me pick it up. No. There's no time when integrity should be compromised. There's no time, friends, when integrity should be compromised. The moment you compromise it, the moment you show someone it's okay to compromise, even them, they'll have that compromise. I told you, whatever you can do, your downline will show you can do. I'm not hearing that word. Whatever you can do, your downline will show you do what? I want to leave you with this quote as we finish. This training was not easy. You have to be... Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. This was by C.S. Lewis. And I want to tell you that it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough when you break your integrity for someone or for some reason and you can never recover from that situation. I'm telling you, even if it's for the right reason, even if it's for the most understandable reason, the moment you break your integrity, you will lose trust. You will lose trust. There are some people I can trust, and there are also some people I can never trust. Even I don't want to test their trust. I fear them when I see them. The word trust and them is like they're parallel. Those are the things you want to avoid in network marketing. Otherwise, you've been an amazing audience, and I want to say that we're going to be having an amazing presentation later on in the day. But I also want to say that we still have time. We still have what? Time. I want us to learn that this coming recognition that's coming, you saw the flyer. How many of you want to be recognized that day? Like you want to be recognized for something, whatever it is. God knows also you want to be recognized. Show your hand. Put up your hand. How many of you want to be recognized? There's still time. We have 2 solid weeks. Actually, 1 week and some days. But at the end of the day, you can get your 3 in 30 in 1 day. You can get your 500 CV in 1 week. You can sponsor a premium tomorrow and appear in 1,000 BV. You can be a top earner. How many of you want to be top earners by show of hands? You also want to be that top earner, even if it's for the month. you won't be a top earner. May God bless those hands, friends. It's possible, and I want to tell you that all you have to do is just keep on working. And I want to leave you with this statement that said, I read it somewhere today. He said that don't stop sowing because the rain hasn't come. Right? Keep sowing so that when the rain comes, it finds the seeds in the ground. May God bless you as you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.